brand new Massey Ferguson 2M.60. One tractor, 10 different jobs. The question is, can I handle it? On a real farm, a tractor isn't a luxury. It's the heartbeat. It tills the soil, moves the feed, clears the brush, digs the holes, and lifts the weight you can't. If the tractor's down, the farm is down. And that's why this machine matters. It doesn't just save time, it creates freedom. This is the Massey Ferguson 2M.60. Compact size and serious muscle. A 2.43 liter, 4-cylinder turbo diesel with 60 horsepower, independent PTO, choice of 12x12 power shuttle or 3-range hydrostatic transmission, hydraulics pushing over 12 gallons a minute with up to 3,483 pounds of lift at the hitch, 14 gallons of fuel, 14 inches of clearance, and a base weight just over 2 tons. In short, small footprint, big capability. The day your tractor shows up feels like Christmas morning, and the Massey guys made sure I got my crash course. Levers, loaders, PTOs, the works. Honestly, it's a lot. More buttons and sticks than a cockpit. What's up, guys? I'm Jana Breslin. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of I Tried, where I get outside of my comfort zone and try new things for the first time. In season 1 of Modern Homestead, you saw me driving this 1970s Massey Ferguson. But I thought it was time for an upgrade, so today I'm trying out and reviewing this brand new Massey Ferguson. I'm going to be putting it through its paces and trying it out on the farm. Let's go. I can't tell if it's the heat of the day or just nerves making me sweat. The engine roars to life. In front of me, more levers than a fighter jet.
Cruise control.
Cruise control?
Cruise control. So once you get your speed set, you're pushing this down and it locks it into the speed that you're going. So you get a nice level area, you can actually set it to, say, 3 miles an hour.
I gotta admit, cruise control is not something I was
not on a tractor.
Yeah, right. That's cool. You know what I appreciate is that there are pictures with everything.
Yes.
You know, I see a turtle and a rabbit with the speed. I see arrows forward and backward. I see, I mean, it's very visually easy to understand how to use this. I like that.
And this is the
Music,
part for
audio
radio.
books.
Yep.
Got AM, FM.
Yeah.
Do you even know what that is?
Well, I do actually.
Okay.
This is good. Is this where I put my snacks?
You can put your snacks there. It also has a cup holder on the other side there.
Right.
Or whatever.
My White Claw.
White Claw.
Not sponsored. White Claw. John, what are the biggest mistakes that people make when they buy a new tractor?
A lot of times they think it's more than what they got. So it's not a bulldozer. So don't try to push a tree down with it, with a front loader. And it can get tippy, so it's not something that can get on a very steep slope.
It's not an off-roading vehicle per se.
It's not that, no.
Yeah. Okay.
And also for getting the load incorrect at the rear, so that the front can get lighter. So you got to make sure that the rear load is counterweighted at the front to keep the nose on the ground.
I hesitate, then remember how to release the brake. I push the pedal and away I go. A few seconds later, I stop again, fumbling for the right lever. Finally, the bush hog roars to life, chewing through the grass that's way too tall. Less than a minute later, I make a hard right turn and leave the watchful eyes of the Massey team, my husband, and the film crew. Panic sets in. What if I forget something? What if something breaks? What if I run over a cow? And then it happens. I hit my first rock. The loud bang freaks me out, but the tractor doesn't even notice. It keeps going as if nothing happened. And that's when I realize over a century of engineering made this thing resilient, ready for the chaos of a real farm. My first time bush hogging in the new tractor, and oh my God, I understand now. I get why there's country songs. I get why people are in love with their tractor. I understand. And this one is just perfect. It's so easy to drive. It just goes. I mean, as someone who, like, this is not something I'm familiar with at all, but it just feels natural. Like, I feel like I get it. I feel like I'm just on cloud 9. And I'm in love. Once you get past the nerves, you realize a tractor isn't just another piece of equipment. It's the workhouse of the farm. And around here, the jobs never stop. And I quickly realized farming without a tractor is like ice skating uphill. No matter how hard you work, you'll never get there. Well, my first time in the new Massey Ferguson was an absolute joy. This thing is so easy to use. It's a breeze. As someone who does not drive tractors often, let alone ever, I've only had very few times with tractors. This, I felt comfortable, I felt safe, I felt effective and productive, so I love it. And like I said, I absolutely understand why people say that it's them and their tractor. There's country songs about it. It's just like, it's a way of living. I understand now, I get it, and I might now be one of those people. Now, some things that did not score very high for me, I guess the way it handles the terrain. I think it does a really great job for a tractor, but since I don't have that experience, I don't really know what else to compare it to. All I have to compare this to is the off-roading vehicles that I've been in and kind of that experience where you have that suspension and that traction on this like very uneven terrain. This, I can't tell if I'm going to flip it over and maybe get in trouble. So the fact that this is only a one-seater and I would be doing this by myself, and the fact that I do have a lot of land to do this on, I would be a little concerned that I am by myself. So if there were to be something like that happened, I might be kind of stuck, and I don't have service all the way out there, so I might be in trouble. But one thing I do love about this is that I've been out here all day digging holes, and the sun's out, it's hot, it's humid. So the fact that I could sit in there in a very cushy seat with the air conditioning on, maybe a little music, maybe a little audiobook session, or even just a meditative space, that right there I think is probably my favorite part. Butch put me in the driver's seat of his 1970s Massey Ferguson, a machine that helped us tremendously on this farm. Thanks to his kindness, we had that old workhorse to lean on when we needed to get something done. But that's a far cry from having your own tractor. On a farm where the work is never finished, the ability to jump into your own Massey, fire it up, and check another box on the daily list, that's empowering. It means progress. It means momentum. Homesteading isn't easy. It's a commitment, but in that commitment comes freedom, self-sufficiency, and the reward of knowing you've earned more freedom than most people will ever experience. Could I do everything I've done here without this tractor? No. Technology absolutely has its place on a farm, and with all the new tools we've added, I can honestly say this new Massey is the most impactful. It's the truest definition of a force multiplier, and beyond that, it's just fun. So if you're looking to homestead and if you're ready to farm, make sure a good tractor is in your toolbox. I like Massey. It's a great brand with a long history of quality engineering. When it comes to reviewing this tractor, I can only compare it to what I've driven before, and that's Butch's old 1970s Massey Ferguson. So here's how the new 2M.60 stacks up for me. Number one, ease of use. Any tractor has a million dials, levers, and buttons. At first, it feels overwhelming, but like anything, it's just about the time you put in. That being said, the new Massey is way easier. It's more intuitive, and you can tell they put serious thought into the cab design. Number two, capabilities. I love this tractor, but candidly, it's not quite big enough for our 120 acres and all the projects we take on. Moving heavy clay was a challenge, and the narrow wheelbase on uneven ground can be a little dicey for a rookie driver like me. For a farm of 40 acres or under, it's probably perfect. Number three, service. The team at Massey was incredible. They came out, taught me how to use everything, and answered every single question we had, no matter how basic. They know the next generation of first-time farmers look at a tractor cab the way most people look at a space shuttle. And not once did they make me feel inferior. That kind of support is priceless. Number four, comfort. Okay, here's my big beef, and maybe this is just me, but why is the cell phone holder behind the driver's seat and no Bluetooth for the radio? I get that you can upgrade, but I'd love to see a cell phone mount in the front of the driver and some kind of Apple CarPlay equivalent. Other than that, it's comfortable, fun to be in, and that says a lot. Number five, visual. Personally, I think this is hands down the best looking tractor. It says premium without being pompous. Massey wins here through and through. Final thoughts. If you're a first-time farm owner, a tractor is essential, and the Massey Ferguson is a tractor with the pedigree and engineering to deliver when it counts. It's not perfect, but no tractor is. And for me, this Massey is a force multiplier. It gets the job done, it's fun to drive, and it represents real freedom on the farm. And now the only question is, what do I name her? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. All in all, I loved my tractor experience, and you guys know the drill. If you appreciate this content, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for future Earn Your Freedom content. And until the next video, get the fuck outside.